Shalom, all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone by Shem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plaintables Camp in Philly. The Herodian Dynasty was started by Antipater I, the Idumaean, or the Edomite. All right. It said he was born between 113 and 114 BC. His nationality Edom. All right. The Edomites were always, the Edomites are the Romans. And you had some of them that dwelled in Edom, and you had some of them that dwelled in Israel. And some of them dwelled amongst the Romans, which they're brothers. That's why the Romans appointed Herod the Great to be the king over the Israelites, to keep the Israelites under control and to control that area. All right. It says Antipater the Idumaean was the founder of the Herodian Dynasty, the father of Herod the Great. According to the Josephus, he was the son of Antipater and formerly held the name. It says a native of Edom, southeast of Judah, between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba, which under the Romans came to be known as Idumea. Antipater became the powerful officer under the later Hasmonean kings and subsequently became a client of the Roman general Pompey the Great when Pompey conquered Judah in the name of the Roman Republic. All right, so he was appointed. All right. It says here, Antipater was forced to side with it says when Julius Caesar defeated Pompey, Antipater rescued Caesar in Alexandria and was made chief minister of Judea. As Judah became known to the Romans with the right to collect taxes, Antipater eventually made his sons Phasaelus and Herod the governors of Jerusalem and Galilee, respectively. All right, so we're going to look up Herod. Herodes. That's G2264. The name of the royal family that flourished among the Jews in the times of the Lord and the apostles. Herod the Great was a son of Antipater of Idumea. All right, so you had Antipater, then you had Herod the Great. All right, so Herod the Great appointed king of Judea, BC 40, some places say 37 BC, by the Roman Senate at the suggestion of Anthony and with the consent of Octavian. He at length overcame the great opposition with the country and made him and took possession of the kingdom. Oh, okay, he took possession of the kingdom in 37 BC. And after the battle of Actium, he was confirmed by Octavian, which he took the kingdom from the Hasmonean Dynasty. I got the Hasmonean Dynasty. I believe that started with the Maccabees, if I'm not mistaken, whose favor, I believe that's what Hasmonean means, is the descendants of the Maccabees, whose favor he ever enjoyed. So Octavian, Anthony was a suggestion of the Roman Senate and of Antony, and with the consent of Octavian, he at length overcame the great opposition. Okay, so he's appointed king by Octavian, the consent of Octavian, by the suggestion of Antony. All right, so that's how he became king. That's how an Edomite became the king over Israel at that time. All right, now we're going to look through the family line. You know, he married an Israelite. So you had Antipater of Idumea. He was a purebred. All right, if I'm not mistaken, he was a purebred. All right, where we at? Let's read this first. Doris was King Herod's first wife, whom he married before he aspired to the throne and married a Hasmonean princess. She bare him one son, his firstborn, Antipater. Edomites, all right? So your lineage is determined by your father. So this Edomite, or this white man, so-called white man, married a so-called black woman, all right? And they gave birth to an Edomite. All right, this was a so-called mixed child. All right, that spirit in him was that of an Edomite. All right. So where's that family tree? Herod the Great, said he reigned 37 BC, and it gives you the scriptures where it mentions him at. So Herod the Great apparently had 5 women. All right, Doris, Israelite. Maramene, Israelite, Matthew. I believe these are all Israelites. I don't know about this Cleopatra here. All right, but these were, if I'm not mistaken, all Israelites. It says Malphas was a Samaritan. So this could have been an Israelite or it could have been a heathen. All right. And I'm not sure about Cleopatra. The point is, these more than likely were all Israelites, but they gave birth to Edomites. All right, Antipater, Edomite. Alexander, Edomite. Aristobulus, Edomite. Herod Philip. So Mark 6. Herod Archelaus. Matthew 2. Herod Antipas. It's in Luke 13. All right, so these are all Edomites. All right, from Israelite women. All right. Well, Rachel reaping for her children. Let's see where that is. You look up Matthew, the 2nd chapter. They're saying that here, this is Herod Archelaus. Reigned between 4 BC and 6 AD. 2 and 16. All right. Says, then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem and all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremy the prophet, or Jeremiah, saying, in Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation and weeping, and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted because they were not. But when Herod was dead, so they're saying this is Herod Archelaus, Matthew the 2nd chapter, according to this chart here. So this was Edomites. The Edomite sent Romans, other Edomites, out to kill Israelites. Now, when you look up Antipater the Idumaean, that started the Edomite dynasty, the Herodian dynasty in the land of Israel. The wife was Cyprus, and I looked her up, and she was Ishmael. Cyprus, if I'm pronouncing that right. Let me see.
Cyprus.
Oh, yep. Cyprus, 1st century. Mother of Herod. She was descended from noble Nabatean family and married Antipater the Idumaean, to whom she bore 4 sons. All right. Frasael, Herod the Great, Joseph, and says Pheroras. So Herod the Great. Then you have Herod Antipater on top of him. So Herod the Great's mother was an Ishmaelite. All right. How do you declare your lineage? And they assemble all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they, Numbers 118, and they declared their pedigrees by their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. All right, so they were basically establishing the their family lines. And we look up pedigree. So it's ancestral line, the descendants, lineage, ancestry. All right. We look up the pedigree. In the Hebrew, we got Yakalba, or Yal, Yalada, and to declare one's birth. That's how they declared their birth, by the house of their fathers. Let's go back. By the house of their fathers. All right, their pedigrees. Again, Antipater the Idumaean, the father of Herod the Great, was an Edomite, not of the seed of Japheth, nor of the seed of Jacob, but of the seed of Esau. Genesis 25:30, and Esau said unto Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. All right. Not of the seed of Japheth. Oh, you want to draw now. Okay. Not Adam. Okay. It's That's not right either. Adawam. Edom. Adawam. Adawam. Edom. That was just trying to say red means. Yeah. Adawam. All right. Edom. All right. So the line of the Herodian line were Edomites. What else we got here? Genesis 36:1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. I think we go down to the bottom. Yeah. Genesis 36:43. Duke Magdiel, Duke Iram. These be the dukes of Edom according to their inhabitants in the land of their possessions. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. All right. Not of the seed of Japheth. All right. Not of the seed of Jacob, but of the seed of Esau. All right. Esau is Edom. It's right up here. Genesis 36:9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. Now, these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Look up Idomia. Idomia, the name of the region between southern Palestine and the Arabian Petra, inhabited by Edom or Esau in his prosperity. It is the same. Edom or Esau. Edom is Esau, which we just proved. Now you spell Petra. I think you got to take the E out. It's just Petra. Petra. All right, which was inhabited by some of them Arabs also. Capital of the Nabateans and Edomites. That's why you'll see some out of Arab peoples with very fair skin, very light skin, because the Edomites mingled the seed also among Ishmael. Herodian Dynasty. The Herodian Dynasty was a royal dynasty of Idumean Edomite descent, ruling the Herodian kingdom later the Herodian Tetrarchy as a vassal state of the Roman Empire. The Herodian Dynasty began with Herod the Great, who assumed the throne of Judea with Roman support, bringing down the century-long Hasmonean kingdom. So the Herodian dynasty, or Herods, were installed in office by the Romans because they were brothers. So you would install, friends and family in leadership positions, which among the Edomites, they installed their brothers just under a different name. So the family line of the Herodian Dynasty started with Antipater the Idumaean. Antipater the Idumaean gave birth to Herod the Great. Then Herod the Great married Israelite women, and this is Samaritan, which could have been an Israelite, but these were all Hasmonean daughters here, all right, which are probably Levites, if their husbands were, if their father on their father's side was directly from the Maccabees, they would have to be Levites, all right. Doris, Mariamne the first and Mariamne the second, Israelite women married to an Edomite, Herod the Great. Now, as you can see down here, as these Israelite women gave birth, you get who Paul was talking to down here through Aristobulus, through Herod Agrippa, Edomites. These are all Edomites. Herod Agrippa II. Well, Herod Agrippa gave birth to Bernice, Acts 26, and Drusilla, Acts 24. All right. They may have looked like, Edomites, or looked like they were so-called mixed or whatever. All right. And Paul was talking to them, So more than likely, Paul knew they were Edomites. All right. But that's beyond the point of this lesson. But they were Edomites. All right. Their line goes back to Herod the Great and Herod Antipater on their father's side. So that would make them Edomites. All right, so that's the lesson. Hope you edified. Shalom.